All right, everyone, this is 4.6 extra practice. I'm going to show you one example from each and then complete the rest on your own. Okay, you got 3 sections. Your first section is to state if the two triangles are congruent. Remember, we are only using hypotenuse leg. Okay, the second section is stating the additional information that's required to prove the triangle's congruent. And your third is your proofs. Okay, so to look at some examples, your first one, you know that there's a reflexive side right here. Okay, these are your hypotenuse, which are already being told, or we're being told that they're congruent. So these are congruent because hypotenuse leg is congruent to hypotenuse leg. All right, if you look at number 7, stating what additional information is required in order to know that the triangles are congruent for the given reason. Well, you could see that the hypotenuse, okay, are congruent, right? We know that this is a 90 degree. What we're missing is one of the legs. We're missing the leg. So we could either say that SZ needs to be congruent to ZX, or you could say that RZ needs to be congruent to ZY. So either one of those is okay, but make sure you have one of them. SZ needs to be congruent to ZX, or RZ needs to be congruent to YZ. Okay? So that's what you're going to do for 7 through 12. And then your proofs on the back. First, we're going to write our givens. 1, 2. We have AD being perpendicular to BC. And we have BA being congruent to AC. And we know that those are both givens. BA is congruent to AC, would be right here. And AD is perpendicular to BC. Well, since it's perpendicular, we can say that angle BDA and angle CDA are right angles. And that's the definition of perpendicular. So put your right angles in. Okay, next we would need is a leg. We have our hypotenuse here. Okay, these are our hypotenuse across from the 90 degrees. Now we need a leg, and I would say that these share a side. So AD is congruent to AD. Okay, and that's the reflexive property. So for step 5, we're done. We have our hypotenuse, we have our leg. I can say that the triangles are congruent. And why are they congruent? Because hypotenuse leg is congruent to hypotenuse leg. Okay? There's only one more that I want to show you here, and you guys can work on the rest on your own. Look at number 1. It says DE is an altitude. And 2 says that DF is congruent to DC. All right, the word I'm looking at is altitude. Okay, so your third statement is going to be, if something's an altitude, that means it creates 90 degree angles here. Okay, so we can still say that angle FED and angle CED are right angles. And that's the definition of altitude. Okay, so you still have step 4 and step 5 here. So you can go ahead and finish those up. Okay, and you have 2 more proofs here. Don't forget to reach out if you have any questions, and just remember to sign in for attendance and submit your work. Thanks.